mamas, papas, kiddos, YouTube friends. I am going to go over with you today how we set up our essentials, classical conversations, essentials binder. I use 2 binders for at-home use. There is a video that I've already posted, and it goes over how to set up a single binder for use with community. It can be used at home and in community and can kind of travel back and forth, and it has everything you need in it. It went over very, very well. I kind of had set it up for my students when I was tutoring that year, and had researched information and just kind of decided what I thought would be best and set it up that way. And like I say, I had a lot of positive feedback from the parents and the kiddos. It worked really, really well. So this past year when we did our essentials program, we were not with community. We just did our homeschooling at home last year and kind of took a break from community. So this is how I set things up for at-home use. So if you're, a homeschooler, you're using classical conversations, you are, doing your essentials program, but you're not traveling back and forth to community, this would be the setup that I would recommend for you. And again, I also, because we were at home, we weren't doing everything exactly the same as community. I changed up some things. So what I have in here is just basically what we chose to do and what we chose to use for helps. But I'll go ahead and show you how it's set up, because you can kind of take this and then adjust it. And if you guys have questions, recommendations, share how you set things up, you just let me know in the comments below. It helps me, it helps others that may be looking to set things up, and if you have any other suggestions or ideas. So we'll just get started. Like I say, I did two different binders this year for at home, this past year. And this one I labeled, it has our EL, our Essentials of the English Language. I chose to incorporate the Institute for Excellence in Writing, the poetry, and I created a reading log, which we started out using and decided it wasn't really necessary, and it was just one more thing for him to write down. And he's a boy and he doesn't really want to write things down, and we could read without having to log it. So we didn't follow through with using this log, although if it works for you, it's very handy. And then our writing, our Institute for Excellence in Writing. And we also chose to do fun and fascinating writing book. We did not follow the exact same IEW book that community used this year, which I had intended to, which is why you have this lovely picture of Zion National Park in Utah. We were going to use the U.S. curriculum for writing, but again, we went with the other one because it was just a little bit easier and a little more basic and a little less, and writing isn't his favorite. So it was the same principles, philosophies, and techniques of writing, just kind of scaled back like one of their earlier books. So we're going to open this up. I'll show you how we set this up. I always had his weekly assignment sheet here. I created this just for him to be able to, sometimes he would write it down what he had done. Other times I would go through the week and lay out for him each day what he was expected to do. And then just a cover sheet to kind of separate. I created this, and what we did was, first of all, we put our essentials vocabulary definitions here. So he had that handy. And then I printed this, one of the, I think she may have a YouTube channel, but she's also, I think, a CC mom, obviously. And I think I found this in CC Connected. There definitely were some typos and some, things that, we discovered along the way, that I had to, help my kiddo with or correct a little bit. But overall it was very, very handy, and I'll just kind of show you some of what this looked like. There's some different versions out there, but we had our week 1, day 1 and it just kind of goes over what is the subject. You have some fill in the blanks. We have more questions here to go over our sentence purposes. Week 1, day 2. More information, just going over what we're covering in week 1. Week 1, day 3. Going over, like I say, more information, what we're covering. Week 2, day 1. Week 2, day 2. Week 2, day 3, and so on. I just want to show you, we start week 3. We start doing our, sorry, forgive me, my brain is tired. It's the end of the day. Our analytical tasks, which is right in front of me, and breaking down our sentences. So we did corrections, writing that out, and we have to find our subject, and what's our verb, what's being said about our subject, what's our subject doing. So our sentence classifications, our diagramming, and there's one of these for each day. It's pretty awesome. So then we had week 3, day 2. Because again, week 3 is when we start doing our analytical tasks and diagramming and learning this part. So we have this again. And in your essentials guide and your essentials book, there's also tasks at the end which have answers. Whereas this, there's no answers. So if you're not sure what's going on, and you can't help your kiddo with some of this diagramming, and you don't know the question confirmations, then you may want to stick to the guide and utilizing those sentences at the end of your book that come with the answers, or find something like this, some type of printout that somebody's done that comes with answers, because I don't think this one had answers. But we had already done essentials, so we were comfortable, and I was comfortable enough that I could, check his work and know that we were doing it correctly. So yeah, so very, very handy. This came in clutch. Definitely loved it. Okay, so that was it. So this is what we did for daily practice, other than me working with him and other, practices that we may have done outside of this. This was something he could do on his own. So this is kind of what we did. We did not get this last day done. I don't think we did the last couple days. Anyway, moving on to poetry. This was something I just decided to add in by IEW, and it was really cute. Some of these poems were extremely long, so we skipped over some of them and decided to add some of our own. You just mark when you've done it. Ooey gooey, super cute. Celery, we love these. So again, not a requirement in CC program that you'll do, but this is an option with IEW, and your kiddo may find it fun. You may enjoy it. Reading log. This is what I created. It's a cute little reading log for us to keep track, and we started, as you can see, and then just said, okay, like for him to write it down, he would do it and reading, and yes, I read, but I didn't write it down. So I said, just don't worry about it. It's not necessary. We don't have to have a log of what you've read. So good intentions, but it's okay. Wasn't necessary. All things fun and fascinating. This was the writing IEW curriculum that we chose. And so in here, he has his vocabulary words that went along, and some different assignments. And then I added back here our same helps for our dress ups and its openers, and then our more in depth to help him here, telling you about each dress up and sentence opener. So I had those back there for him. And then we also had this little pocket that has our symbols and abbreviations when they're doing keyword outlines. It helped for him to have this. I just wanted him to have it. He has figured it out again mostly and can come up with little ideas, but it was just good to have. Proofreading marks for whenever he or I are proofreading, or if he needs to go back and just double check what I've marked, he can see it here. And let's see, what else did I put in here? Extra word lists. We just had some extra word lists to help him if he was needing to come up with other words and not use the same words over and over again. Sometimes they tend to want to do that. And then just another little portable walls, copy, grammar help, some rules. So that was what I had available for him in his little pocket. With the IEW writing program, you could get tickets and earn points, and it was something that you could print out to use in the back. So we did that, and I just had him some extra paper. So that was it as far as his essentials binder, essentials focus binder. And then we also, I separated this out this year. So in this binder, he has his little zipper pocket with his dry erase, his question confirmation, extra eraser, pencil, swipers, and his dice for math games. So this is similar to what we had in our class setup as well. And here we had a copy of his analytical tasks and his diagramming space. So we made it big because as you progress, your sentences are going to get longer and bigger, and you can turn it sideways and have plenty of space, because the little space down here will run out and it will not be enough. Just as this will not last with the like 1 or 2 lines. So we did the larger version. And then our quid it quo we have here, and the tic-tac-toe game, parts of speech game. So all this was here, and he could use dry erase for this, so we could kind of do this together. But if I needed him to do something that I wanted him to not swipe away and that we wanted to keep for records, or that he needed to do while I wasn't there and show me later, I had extra copies here of the paper version so he could write it out. And then I had his other question confirmation here, just another example and one handy right here to go for him. And then we had all of the charts, every single one in order, all here. So he has all of his charts right there where he can see them. And that was it. So that was all of the charts. And then we get to math games in the back. So this is just something I had typed and printed out when I was doing class and tutoring, all of the rules for the different games and our number knockout sheet, and some more rules. Yeah, that one's 2-sided and 1-sided. So we have the front and the back, and I love this Mead folder, and it comes with like, you can pop it open and take things in and out. It's been really handy. So that was there. And then when we flip back, the just different math games in here. So multiplication formula, racing shapes, the snake game, which works a lot better when you have a whole classroom to play with. Lots of fun. They love this one. Multiplication squares, number knockout in the sleeve here. In case we have any questions about our multiplication, a whole table here. And then extra helps also with our powers, squares, and cubes, and roots, and a copy of the rules again. So that was it, and that's how we set up our binders for doing our essentials at school at home this year, instead of with community. I hope this is helpful. Like I say, if you guys have any questions, if you want to leave any comments, if you found a way that you've set up your binder that's a little different, any suggestions or tips that you have for anyone else, you can just leave them down in the comments below. And I thank you guys for being with me, and I hope this helps you. I'm sorry to get it to you so late. I know we're about to go to school again and start back another year, and I hope that you guys have a blessed year. Your kiddos, I hope you guys have a blessed year, and yeah, I hope everything goes smoothly and everyone's excited. I'll talk to you guys later.